Do you want to learn hard support? If you do, then watch my video until end. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we have a hard support guide that you always wanted, I know. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it and like my videos. I know that's gonna be a great help for me. So let's get to the video. So at first we want to talk about picks. That is really important in Dota, especially in Post 5. So if you want to play Post 5, especially in a public games, in a tournament or something, you have to pick something that has control, dispel, heal, or high magic damage, okay? At least be able to do something in the lane, or let's say babysit the players who are from public, because you know they're really toxic. So in my opinion, the best picks for Post 5s are Lich for number 1, number 2 Wish Doctor, number 3 Lion, number 4 Disruptor, and other picks like that, okay? I'm not really a fan of picking something like, I don't know, AA or Silencer for a Post 5, because these picks are not having too much control, or I don't know, attack speed is slow, or damage reduction, or high armor. But let's make an example from Lich, okay? Lich pick has attack speed is slow on his first skill, has high damage on his first skill, has slow on his first skill, has high armor debuff because of his second skill, or let's say physical damage reduction. Also has gaze that work as a stun or hex. Let's say it's not completely a stun or hex, but it's really good. You can fail many peaks with it. I mean, you can fail the Snapfire jump, quickie, you can fail the Spirit Breaker charge, or many things like it, okay? These picks are really good, okay? Other pick that I want to mention here is Abaddon. You see, Abaddon has Dispel. You can easily dispel anything with Abaddon. You can easily fail many picks in the lane, okay? So I'm suggesting the picks like these heroes. With the picks that I mentioned, like Lich, you can easily secure the game and be effective in the game. Lich can easily fail the enemy's pick with the illusion. Okay, before explaining anything else, I want you to ask yourself that what type of support player are you? Are you an aggressive player or a player who plays safe? Okay, because that's really important. In some games, you have to play aggressive and die many times. Yeah, you're hearing me well. You have to die many times. In some other games, you have to play safe and do stacks and don't die. Other things in the game, like putting wards and taking 8 spells, picking up the spells, or just item build, depends on your pick and depends on the gameplay that you have. And also depends on your teammate picks and enemies picks too. So that's really depends on the game. Yeah, you have to be in the game. I can't explain everything. For example, I'm Wish Doctor and I have a Juggernaut as my carry, and we can easily set up many kills in the lane. So definitely I'm gonna put an aggressive ward in the lane and I'm gonna play aggressive, because I know we are able to kill the axe, for example, or other picks who are weak against us. But if enemy has many picks that are counter for us, or the picks are really good against us, so we are not gonna play aggressive. I'm gonna put my ward defensive. We're gonna stay in the trees and I'm gonna play safe. I'm going to pull the lane. I'm going to do some stack for my carry, because we know that we shouldn't play aggressive. Also, there are other things that I want to explain about playing safe or aggressive as a support, especially Post 5, is sometimes in the lane you can do a trade. For example, you can die and you can kill the enemy's Post 4. Enemy Post 4 is going to die by your carry and the enemy's offlane is going to kill you, okay? So you do a trade, you die, enemy support die, you both cores taking kills and fall. But also that's really depends on the game. So you should be aware that if the enemy's core, if their offlane is counter for your carry, then you shouldn't do this. Because you're gonna, for example, let the axe buy a blade mail or a dagger so fast and kill your Juggernaut by one call. So always check that is good or worth it to just do a trade and kill yourself or not. Another thing that about playing aggressive as a Post 5 is that sometimes you can be a great bait. In my Warlock game, in High Ground, or in my Wish Doctor games, I was a bait. I exactly was a big bait for Ricky many times in the Wish Doctor game. He tried to kill me and eventually he died, and that was much better for my team, because 3 or 4 players in my team are taking XP and farm because of Ricky kill, and Ricky only killed me. So it's okay sometimes to be a bait and die as a post 5. It's not only your job to stay back and play super safe, because if you play super safe in many games, that's gonna be really annoying. Because sometimes you have to die first. So bait their important spells, bait their picks, I don't know, bait a black hole or something like that. That's really is going to help your team, you know? Because you will only die by black hole and your team is not gonna die by 4-man black hole. And next I want to explain the warding stage. As I told you, you have to first find out that are you playing aggressively or defensively in the lane or against some special picks. For example, when you're playing against Poch, you have to play defensively in most of the times. So you need to put a ward behind the trees right beside of your tower. Or if you want to play aggressively, you can go in the trees and you can put the ward near of the enemy's tower, or you can put it behind the cliff of enemy's offlane tower. The wording that I explained was for early game. For the rest of the game, I'm going to teach you a trick. You see, when you wanna just check a cliff, first put your sentry. If there is 2 ward, 1 observer and 1 sentry, hit both of them and just don't put your ward. But if you find a sentry, you can put your observer there and you don't need to just hit the enemy sentry. So enemy think that you don't have a ward there and they think that there has been dewarded. So most of the time, they're not checking the cliff again, especially in a lot of res ranks. In my opinion, the best place to put your ward is in enemy's jungle, because you can see that are enemies coming to gank you, or are you able to kill their picks? Also, I have an important tip for you. If you want to put your wards, first use a smoke, or at least do it when enemy is dead. So don't be like these noobs that are walking around and putting vision when enemy can see them. Also in this new patch, outposts don't have any true sight vision anymore, so you can put your ward under them easily. Now I want to tell you a secret about warding in this new patch. I don't know that you have checked it or not, but we can put ward under the objects in this new update. What the hell? So because of this, in this new update, it's somehow really hard for enemy to find it. They need to pay attention. One of them is in near to the Dire High Ground in bottom lane, and another is near to the Radiant Tormentor in top lane, right under this statue. So you can see them in the clip, and I hope that helped you out. We talked about picks, and also we talked about that how you're gonna play. You want to play safe or you want to play aggressive. Now is the time to talk about the laning phase. In the laning phase, you have to first understand the picks. You have to see that are you able to kill the enemy's picks or you're not. Or first, you need to ask your carry that are you going to play aggressive in the lane or not. For example, a Sven can max his first skill and play aggressive with a support, I don't know, like Tekis. And if he don't want to max his first skill, or if he want to max his W or a second skill or his splash, what do you call it, I don't know. So you have to play safe. You have to pull the creeps, you have to play defensive, you have to play near of your tower, you have to bring Salve and Tango, and in every time that you can, you have to stack the creeps in the jungle for him. That's the gameplay that you need. And as you know, your role is support, so always let your carry to call for a fight or just lead you to a fight. Just try to communicate with your partner, that's it. So simple. And remember, when you're trying to trade with their enemy's support, just don't waste all of your spells in 1 second. Save some of them for escaping or I don't know, saving your carry. As an example, your Lion. You have Hex and a stun. Use your stun, hit the enemy's support, and just save the Hex for just escaping or save your carry. So simple. Don't waste all your spells. Maybe some of you are asking yourself that why we should just hit the enemy's support and lose our HP, what we should put ourselves in a danger. You see, if you don't hit the enemy support is going to harass your carry. So your carry is gonna lose HP, your carry is not gonna get enough farm. So it's gonna be a hard game for your carry. And also it's annoying for carry players, so they are just kids, you know, they just cry out, baby. Yeah. One thing that I want to tell you about the starting items is that, you see, because you're support, that doesn't mean that you have to buy only region item. Or if you're support, that doesn't mean that you have to buy all the stats items that you need in the lane. That really depends on the game. Sometimes you need the stats, I don't know, armor or intelligence, or sometimes you need region in the lane. That really depends on your picks and the enemy's picks who are coming to play against you in their offlane, in our safe lane, let's say. By the way, in this new patch, it's not like old times, so I suggest you to stay alive and don't die. So play safe, guys. We explained picks and laning phase. Now it's time to talk about item builds. Actually, we talked about early item builds that sometimes you need armor, sometimes you need intelligence, sometimes you need regen for harassment of the enemy and supporting your carry. But for the rest of the game, that really depends on the game. In some games you're playing, for example, against a Slark, that you need Force Staff to escape from his jump. Or sometimes you need Eel of Divinity. In the games that you're playing against Axe, it's so simple you can easily fail and counter the Axe with one Eel of Divinity without any problem. Also, the most important and the strongest item as a support is the Glimmer Cape. Just buy this item. Just look at the magic resist that you can give to your partner. With Glimmer Cape, you have instant 20% magic resist, and you can just increase it up to 50% when you activate the debuff on someone. And with higher intelligence, you get more magic resist. Another great item for support is Guardian Graves. This item can easily remove the debuffs on you, so it's really useful when you're playing against this pick like Silencer in the game, and can give mana and heal to you and your teammates. As I told you in Dota, everything depends on the game and situation. In some games, I'm not saying every game, in only some games you need to buy items that are going to deal damage. For example, your Lion, you know that your carry is not going to be able to kill their picks or their cores in late game. You can buy Aghanim Scepter and Octarian on this hero. So guys, remember this, choose your items wisely for the game. Thank you. To wrap things up, I have to tell you that I know playing support is boring, playing support is hard, but remember, the most important role in the game is support. You can easily change the game with it. Thank you for your time, please share my video with your friends, and see you soon!